Again, the best is fighting the best. And Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it. And you tell the world, watch. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here.
What do we just milk? What are we milking this dumb shit for? Think about how much money you could pump into boxing with great matchups.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches.
On September 13th, 2025, the entire boxing world stood still. Fans watched Terence Crawford, a man who began his career at lightweight, raise his hand in the center of a Las Vegas ring. After dominating the undisputed super middleweight king, Canelo Alvarez, the arena was stunned. Commentators searched for words, but one man sitting ringside wasn't shocked at all. In fact, he told everyone months earlier that this exact result was coming.
Does he win? Can he beat him? Can he beat Canelo? Is his skill so much that he's able to bridge the weight classes?
He has a legitimate chance. Over 60% for his mind. If you say, Bernard, give me a number.
Give me a number.
He has an 85+ chance to beat Canelo. Why? He's not going in there to prove something, which will fall into Canelo's hand. He would love for him to prove something. That means you will stay there and try to prove something. But to go in there and to let him know, establish that from the first round, that I belong without showing that I am tough. I earned my position to be here. And I want to show you, even though you're being stubborn, that your time not only have came, but it's gone. He ain't going to surrender and say, I slowed up, so I'm going to act like it. No, he has to be shown. And it has to be early.
Hopkins, the executioner himself, didn't just predict a Crawford victory. He described the blueprint in detail, explaining exactly how Canelo would be exposed. While everyone else focused on size, weight, and power differences, Hopkins saw something deeper. He saw a trap that Canelo walked straight into. Now, with rematch discussions growing stronger, Hopkins has returned with another warning. And judging by his first prediction, Canelo Alvarez may be on the verge of making the biggest mistake of his career.
Where does Canelo go from here, Henry?
He needs to rematch. If I'm Canelo, I want to rematch Terence Crawford. He got schooled, bro. He got outboxed by Terence Crawford. And I know that he's itching to get that one back. First time he fought Triple G, and he came back the second time, and he legit beat Triple G.
Once in a lifetime fight. It doesn't need to be a rematch. I think Bud would do worse the next fight. He would put it on Canelo a little worse than that, because that style of fight, I don't think he beats someone like Terence Crawford. But if I'm Terence Crawford, of course I'll fight him again. But this time, I'm the A side. I think Terence Crawford is going to be more confident next time, knowing that I can punch with this guy. I can take his shot. I'm faster.
He fought Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah.
He didn't do what the last two did, just run. He threw at him. I'm going to call your bluff, bro. I'm going to fight you.
To understand why Hopkins is so sure Crawford wins again, you have to revisit what he said about the trap. Before the first bell rang back in September, Hopkins claimed Canelo was playing checkers while Crawford was playing chess. Many brushed this off as old school talk, but when you rewatch the fight, the accuracy is almost frightening. Hopkins explained that Canelo had leaned on power and physical dominance for so long that he forgot what it's like to...
Last one from me, Canelo Crawford. Obviously, Terence just rocked up there. What do you make of his chances against the man you worked with for many years?
Great chance. He have a great chance because his heart, his talent, and also his game plan and his strategy. But Canelo is no pushover. I've watched Canelo for multiple years. Again, the best is fighting the best. And Crawford dared to be great. And this is one of the ways you do it. And you tell the world, watch, pay attention, and watch me make history. I will be one of those watching amongst millions of other people.
In an overpower Canelo, he outsmarted him. Hopkins pointed out that for all 12 rounds, Crawford stayed 3 or 4 steps ahead, slipping into positions where Canelo thought he could land, only to disappear before the punch arrived. This wasn't running. It was distance control at a level rarely seen. Hopkins calls it the illusion of availability, making Canelo throw heavy punches at a target that was never actually there. ***6. Rewritten.
If this fight ends up going down, it's going to be a long, long night for Canelo Alvarez. Terence Bud Crawford has already figured out Canelo Alvarez. He already figured him out. He beat him down, and he learned that he can take his power, and on top of that, Canelo was hurt a couple of times by Bud Crawford. If you're Bud Crawford heading into this fight, you have not a single worry in the world. You know what you're capable of doing. You know that you can go out into that ring, and you could put a beating on Canelo Alvarez, and might I even say this, Bud Crawford has a chance of stopping Canelo Alvarez if they do the rematch.
The most fascinating part of Hopkins' analysis is the idea of mental exhaustion. Most discussions about stamina revolve around physical conditioning, miles run, or rounds sparred. But Hopkins believes what broke Canelo that night wasn't physical fatigue at all. It was mental burnout. Imagine chasing a man for 36 minutes and hitting nothing but empty space.
There was some big news in boxing yesterday. Canelo said he wants a rematch with Crawford. What does Canelo have to do in the rematch, D-Hop?
We didn't do last time.
Which is what?
Win.
That's all. Simple as that. Crawford's very talented.
Crawford right now is on a different planet. And most rematches normally wind up the same. Statistically wise. I don't see anything different.
Rewritten asterisk asterisk asterisk, Hopkins compared it to his own legendary battles with fighters like Roy Jones Jr. He explained that when you load up on a power shot and miss, it drains your energy twice as fast as landing clean. By round 8, Canelo looked sluggish, heavy, and unsure. Hopkins insists this wasn't age, it was the realization that he couldn't solve the puzzle. And in a rematch, that kind of mental scar doesn't disappear.
And listen, I mad respect for Canelo. It always will.
You always have been. You
listen, it always will be. But Crawford has an opportunity to continue to keep sticking it to the people that did. Whether it's politics over here, politics over here, we get a chance to show what we, or the boxing fans in the world, almost came that close to not seeing that talent as he continued to keep telling everyone that he wanted to fight the best years ago. Go all the way back to top rank. All the way up to here.
Well, he did it.
You agree or disagree?
I agree.
He got a chance to show.
He got a chance and he proved himself. That's in life, we just want the opportunity.
After the fight, Hopkins made a statement that instantly went viral. He didn't just call Crawford the best fighter of this era, he compared him to Michael Jordan. It's a huge comparison, but his reasoning makes sense. Hopkins explained that Jordan dominated not only through athletic ability, but through perfect fundamentals that worked against anyone, anywhere. At 38 years old, Crawford should have been the slower, weaker man moving up to divisions. Instead, he looked fresher than Canelo. Hopkins credits this to efficiency. Like late career Jordan, Crawford wastes no movement. Every step is intentional. You can train strength, but you can't train instinct, and you certainly can't learn to beat Michael Jordan overnight.
You know, to Sergio's point, a lot of the people that I'm been talking to when it comes to this fight, they're not like, it's almost like the air was taken out of them. They're not excited about even the idea of a rematch, or the subject doesn't even come up. Usually the conversations are, hey man, is there a rematch clause? You think they'll run it back? What do you think will win? Like, people just, even casuals, realize that Crawford, he schooled Canelo, man. He really did. I don't think people want to see this fight. I agree with Sergio Mora.
Be at a smaller arena because people already saw Canelo get dominated by the better fighter, and the better fighter will do it again, even easier and with more confidence.
Yeah, but you hold on. You keep saying this.
Hold up. Canelo, see, this is a thing about Canelo. He sometimes relies on the environment, the hostile crowd, to also help him win this fight. Not only with the judges, but with the opponent. Crawford even handled that. You know, you can't prepare for that magnitude, the roar of the crowd, the lights, everyone booing you. You can't prepare for that. Crawford was ready for that. Even his ring entrance, when he came in with that guitar case, it was, man, that's one of my all-time favorite entrances.
Desperado. Yeah, it's an homage to Desperado. Yeah.
Actually, it was Mariachi. That was part one. Desperado was part two. That right there, it was me against the world. That was his mentality. Me against all these Mexicans. Me against Canelo in Las Vegas. Me against Canelo and the judges that he probably has in his pocket. Me against everyone, and Bud shut everyone up. And you think...
Yeah, but hold on.
Canelo's going to be able to do it the second time around?
I don't know. I don't think it's as open and shut case as you do. Let me ask